All right, 3, 2, 1, let's get it, because I got to get to work. Welcome to another episode of What's Your Problem, the podcast. I'm your host, Marsh Bice, and here we focalize on three problems we're all facing: adversity, uncertainty, and complacency. And you need some skills, and you got to work the skills to handle the adversity, embrace uncertainty, and never settle again. And those skills all start with the letter C: communication, curiosity, creativity, continuous learning and action, and productive confrontation. So if you find that you're just kind of stuck in the mud in life, chances are it's one, a few, maybe all, hopefully not all, but all of the 5 things that you're not working on. So you're not communicating well with yourself and others. You're not being curious. You're living in statements. You're not being creative. You're bitching about what you don't have. You're not a continuous learner. You've stopped learning, and you refuse to confront some things, not only in yourself, but also in others as well. But have no fear. We're all here. We've all been here, man. And this is a daily practice. This isn't a set it and forget it. It's not like you're just going to be and have a communication badge for the rest of your life, dude. It's like a muscle. These 5 C's are muscles, man. It's something that you have to work on every single day. And when I kind of get frustrated and I get pissed off and things start to kind of regress in my life, I have to look at the checklist and I say, hey, this is what's going on. Just had it yesterday, man. I got called to the carpet because I stopped communicating. And see, when I get stressed out, I kind of go into this Iceman mode and I really drill down. I don't really talk a lot to people. And so people who love me really spot that very quickly. And then, of course, when they ask me what's wrong, I'm like, nothing, because I'm trying to work it out in myself. But I've got to turn to those who are very seasoned and who love me very much, and then open up to a few people, and that way they can kind of set me back straight. So I'm in this with you as well. So let's get with it today, man. There is a phrase I really, really love, and the phrase is, the thing that you work on works on you. And I wholeheartedly believe this. For example, back in 2017, when I first started my podcast, the app that I was using, it only allowed me to publish a podcast or record a podcast and publish it. It only gave me 5 minutes of bandwidth of recording time. So I had to learn how to communicate a message and deliver that message from soup to nuts, because I didn't want to carry, see you tomorrow for the rest of the message. No, I had to deliver a message from front to back in only 5 minutes. And the commitment to publish a new episode every day for 1 year, 5 minutes a day, became a forcing function for me to think about a topic, write about it, because I had to unravel the thoughts. I didn't want to just get on the mic and just blabble and then deliver the message in only 5 minutes. The next day, rinse and repeat, because I'd made the commitment of 365 episodes. The thing that you work on works on you. Proof positive. So working on the podcast every day helped me in so many different areas. Number 1, I had to learn how to think clearer and quicker. Number 2, I had to communicate in a clear and concise manner. Number 3, the daily message developed my consistency. Do you know that is the first time outside of a job that I actually held a commitment to myself? There are so many things, man, I started and stopped and quit, and I don't want to do this anymore. It's hard. And my whole life consisted of that. And the 365 messages that I said I'm going to deliver one every single day, that developed my consistency. And dude, at the end of that, I was so proud that I did it. I just carried it on, man. I've just kept going. I was supposed to go from 2017 to 2018. I was going to record 365 messages and walk away from it. Here we are, 2024. Dude, we're still rocking. 840 messages later. All right. So another thing, the daily practice made me more creative. because every day, man, I had to come up with a new topic. I had to talk about something new every single day, and I didn't want to be the same categories. I wanted to learn and talk about what I was learning, talk about what just excites me and what was an epiphany. See, I was at the bottom rung of the ladder, man. And so this was just something new. It's like I had fresh eyes every single day. And because I had a new message every day, it made me more alert throughout the day. In other words, I'm recording this on a Tuesday. If I know I got another message to come out with on Wednesday, I'm super alert all throughout the day on Tuesday. And I record in my voice memo app ideas. I capture ideas, messages, different things that I learned throughout the day. I capture those because I know I'm not going to remember them. So that way the following morning, I could sit down in my quiet time and choose one of those topics and write about the thing that sticks to the soul. This daily practice made me a continuous learner because I got to come out with a new message every day. And lastly, and probably more importantly, the daily practice forced me to confront some long-standing issues that I had in my life. Obesity, lying to myself, sobriety, finances, relationships. I mean, dude, I wasn't winning in anything at that time. Other than breathing, I wasn't really winning in any other areas. And so the daily practice, not knowing, man, but the daily practice was what opened me up because I had to confront it. See, I didn't start the podcast to get these benefits. I had no idea the benefits were even available. The thing that you work on works on you. And so because I purposefully worked on it every single day, the practice masked as a podcast ended up working on me. And I was able to work within the 5 C's. 5 C's came about just as I put in the reps. I didn't start the podcast with the 5 C's. I was actually just working on it. I was probably hundreds of episodes down the road. And literally I was running one day and I said, what does it take to be successful in sales? Communication, curiosity, creativity, continuous learning, and confrontation. What's it take to be successful in life? Communication, curiosity, creativity, continuous learning and action, and productive confrontation. That's how I came up with the sales life. And so I was able to work within these 5 C's. This became a working podcast, a working narrative in my life. And everything that I was working on worked on me. And so I was able to take the skills as I was learning these things and turn to society and work on these and apply these things in my personal and professional life. And I'm in the best mental, physical, spiritual, financial, and anything relational shape, anything else that ends in LY. I'm in the best shape of my life. The thing that you work on works on you. So here's my question to you today. What are you working on? Or what's working on you? And you may not have given this any thought, and this is why I want to bring you this message. Because if you're not purposeful in segmenting just a little bit of time every day for you, that's why I say you come first. Then if you're not working on those things, segmenting just a little bit of time, not a whole lot of time, consistency over intensity, but segmenting just a little bit of time, preferably before your day starts, then if you're not purposefully working on something, then everything else, you leave the barn doors open for society, external forces, family situations, finances. You let all those things work on you, but they're not working on you in a productive manner. They're sawing you down, man. and you're getting smaller and smaller and smaller in life, and you're shrinking from your potential because you're not purposefully working on something. And so you're allowing all of those things to work on you. So you got to be on the offense. What will you choose to work on today that adds, I say either or both, I say both, that either adds that both, adds fuel to your soul. That's so important because you got to have a fulfilled life. Fuel to your soul and aligns you with the best chances of success. Alignment is so key. So if you take stock in where you are right now, you're out of alignment in probably a few areas. I was way out of alignment out of everything. Like you let go of the wheel in my life, it was like, whew, it went off to the left and into the ditch quick. So I had to work on these things and bring myself, remember this, the timeline that you're on, eventually and ultimately. Eventually, these things, you just work on them every single day, they'll begin to line up, and ultimately, you'll be in position to succeed. So maybe right now, you're ignorant. But it's not that you're just ignorant because you're ignorant. You're ignorant because you've ignored, which is the root word of ignorant, you've ignored things that you should have been working on. Because they're a little hard, because they're a little dark, because they're a little thick and heavy, you kind of try to stay away from those things. And so you begin to choose which path to take that's easier, when instead you should just put a little time aside and work on something. The thing that you work on works on you. So if it's fitness, work on it. I was just reading out of Life Force, Tony Robbins' book. Bought it a long time ago. It's a big-ass book, so I just take little chunks here and there. But, you know, he had a world-famous trainer on there that says, look, start 15 minutes a day. The most important things to start with every single day. You don't need a gym membership. Squat, lunges, push-ups, and planks. Just do a few rounds of those. Boom, check the box. So if it's fitness, work on it. And that fitness will work on you. If it's finances, work on it, man. Grab Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Read that. You don't have to be a dad, but it just starts familiarizing. If you find that you get kind of schizo on finances, or as soon as you get an income tax return, you go blow it at the mall, okay, you got to settle into that. You're not going to ever get $1 million because you're going to destroy yourself. So God is like putting the brakes on that and says, look, until you have some literacy about you, I'm not going to bless you with these things because you can't handle it. All right? So if it's finances, if it's relationships, do work on it. Your vibe attracts your tribe. And so if you're attracting bullshit-ass people, it's because you're putting a bullshit-ass vibe out there and you're moving around in those areas, probably because you're not being a continuous learner. You're watching fight videos instead of familiarizing yourself with something that you can learn. Shit, start learning AI if you're going to do anything. Knowledge, speaking of, work on it. I preach about the random reading every single day. 15 minutes. You don't have to read a book from soup to nuts, man. Just pull a book off the shelf. Come on over, man. Grab one of them off my shelf. Take 15 minutes. Read that one chapter. If you can get through the chapter at the end of 15 minutes, if you only got a few pages in, cool. The thing that you work on works on you. And you're going to find, you're going to read something or share something or just familiarize yourself with something, and you're going to step outside these doors, and the thing that you just worked on, the universe has a way of poof, bringing that right there in front of you. Like, holy shit, I just wrote about this. I just read about this. It's a God wink. Creativity. I happen to deliver a podcast. I don't know how you would like to express your art. Everybody's talented in something. If it's woodworking, if it's working on old cars, if it's spray painting graffiti on the side of a bridge, I don't give a shit. Just express yourself, man, because that is part of the creativity. I'm not paying your ticket for painting on the side of Union Pacific rail cars. I'm not doing that. So I'm not bailing you out. So don't call me. But if that's what you need to do, then by all means, go ahead and do it. Consistency over intensity. So here's the thing, man. Don't do something in exchange for a hard and fast result. If I don't do this, no. Just work on something. Relax. The thing that you work on works on you. And dude, I bring you this message because, yes, I work on the podcast, but in my professional life in sales, I realized I was really kind of going around reacting to a bunch of bullshit. And so I was letting the external pressures come at me. And dude, I'm like hot off the press. I'm talking like yesterday. I was letting all the external pressures dictate what I do. And so I got called to the carpet. It's like, bro, what's going on with you? Like, you're like stressed out. You're skipping stuff. You're like, this isn't your normal you. The thing that you work on works on you. See, I wasn't on the offense. I wasn't coming in working on something. And because of that, either I work on it or it's going to work on me. So if I don't put the rudder in the water and say, this is my steering, this is where I'm going, then I'm just a rudderless ship. And the waves and the currents, the winds of life are going to fucking propel me all over the place. No wonder I'll bang the shores. No wonder I'll get shipwrecked. That's the thing for you. Put that rudder in the water. The thing that you work on works on you. You do your part. You commit to that just a little bit every single day and watch it work on you. All right, let's get out of here. Thanks for sharing today's episode. Share this episode with one person today. One person. All right, keep it simple, keep it moving, never settle. Stay tough. Let's get it.